Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Charlotte Ashman. Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything educational and inspirational. Now, in today's video, I will be helping students to prep for their PEP ability test. Now, I just want to remind you, by now everyone should know that we have some great resources to help students prep for this exam. But just in case you don't know, I am going to be telling you. So we have this workbook here, and this book uses a variety of strategies to help students to reason and think critically. This is a great book. So this is something that you should get in your arsenal to prepare for the ability test. Now, of course, the quantitative reasoning. Now, guys, I've been helping thousands of students, literally. I'm not just saying that. I have been helping thousands of students to prep for the upcoming ability test. And honestly, I find that the quantitative reasoning is the area that really needs some work. Okay, and this is a great tool that you can get for your quantitative reasoning. It's only $650, and you can get it at Kingston Bookshop, Brand's Bookstore, Sangster's Bookstore. Guys, you need to get this book. And I have done a series of mock exam booklets. Now, this is really just simulating the actual exam. So, students who get these booklets, when you enter the real exam, you should have a feel for, what it feels like, It's 40 questions, 20 verbal reasoning questions, 20 quantitative reasoning questions, and I have placed video-based explanations for each question on the Learning Hub website. Also, if you get these mock exam booklets on a Saturday morning from 8 o'clock until 9:30, we have a class, a private Zoom class just for students with this workbook, this booklet. And let me tell you what I do in that class. In that class, I look at the questions that you get wrong, and then we focus attention on those questions. So if it's an analogy question, then we do a series of analogies. If you are getting a particular type of quantitative question wrong, then we do a series of that. So this is a great tool if you want to get a feel for what your exam, is going to be like. All right. So it's the PEP ability test mock exam. Okay. Now, if you want to get this particular mock exam booklet, then you can always send a WhatsApp message to 876-351-7777, or you can call the office 876-926-1221. Okay. All right, so today I'm going to be working on the Learning Hub. We're going to have a long and just fabulous afternoon. We're going to go on the Learning Hub. The Learning Hub is my website, learninghub.online, and that's another great tool that you should have if you're going to properly prepare for your exam. And remember, guys, even though you're only getting the ability test this year, right after your ability test, you're going to have your diagnostic test in the core subject areas. So, guys, don't just focus on the ability test. Also, pay particular attention to your math, your social studies, your science, and your language arts, okay? Because those tests are going to influence your placement in high school. All right, guys, so let me just welcome my friends from Facebook and YouTube. We have Nadine Robinson Davis, welcome. Juliet Nicola Baker, welcome. Kazette Murray, welcome. Christine McKenzie, Samantha Osborne, Limitless Faith, I love that name. Kemoy Wint, Marie James, Rosemary McKenzie, I see your message. Welcome. Janice Hill, welcome. Jaden Ferron, welcome, guys. All right, it's lovely to have you as usual. Okay, so let's log on to the Learning Hub. All right, so I'm already logged into the Learning Hub. Remember, the website is www.learninghub.online, not .com now, learninghub.online. Online. That's the website. So today, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking some ability test quizzes, not the mock exams now. I'm going to be doing some quizzes. And the difference between a quiz and a mock exam is that a quiz focuses on a particular topic. Okay, so you'll find that only the same type of questions will appear on our quizzes. Okay, so let's go to the PEP ability test. We're in the quizzes section, and you see all that material that you have available to you guys. And look at that. Look at all these quizzes that you have available to you. And remember that for the Learning Hub, registration starts at 500 Jamaican dollars for a month access. Okay, we do 3 months at a time, so you're talking about $1,500 for 3 months. So all you have to do is go to learninghub.online and click register to register. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go to verbal reasoning and I'm going to select quiz number. Let's go to quiz number 1. All right, so I'm going to make this bigger, and I want you guys to be able to see because you're going to be doing this work. Then look at the next word that is related to it in the same way. Pumpkin, vine, pear. What do you think should go there? Pumpkin, vine, pear. What goes there? Hi, Melissa Mayer, Donna Price. Hi, Donna. How are you? Carisha McDonald, hello. Shadia Samuels, good afternoon. Chantal Lovergirl Brown, hello. Veron Downer, Carisha McDonald, Nicole Williams, Michael, Janice Hill. Welcome, guys. All right, what should go? Okay, before you tell me what should go with pear, I want you to tell me the association. How are they related? Pumpkin, vine, pear. What is the association with pumpkin and vine? So when you get a question like this, if you ever get a question like this in the PEP ability test, first thing you're going to look for is the association. How are the two words related? That's what you're looking for, guys. What's the relationship between pumpkin and vine? So when you see something like this, pumpkin vine, pear what? So before you can say pear is pear seed or pear is whatever, you need to see the relationship between the first two that they give you. So tell me the relationship, guys. That's what I want you to tell me first. I don't want the answer. Tell me the relationship. All right, so let me see my bright sparks. All right, so Rejma, welcome. Rejma is always here. So pear is the tree as it grows there, and pumpkin grows on a vine. That's what I'm looking for, right? So Christine McKenzie says tree, pumpkin grows on a vine, and pear grows on a tree. Very good. So if you're in the exam and you say pear seed, pear and bread, pear and bun, or pear and bulla, you know it's none of that because that's not the relationship. Okay, you have to look at the relationship. So if the relationship is pumpkin vine, then the relation, which is pumpkin grows on a vine, then pear grows on a tree. You have to look for where pear grows. If it was pumpkin and soup, like pumpkin is used in soup, then you could say pear and maybe you put pear in a salad or whatever. You know what it is used in. That's what they would be looking for if it was pumpkin and soup or whatever. But you have to look at the relationship. All right. All right, guys. Tell me this one. Broom, dirt, rake. What's the relationship for that? Yes, I see everybody telling, but tell me the association first. What's the association between broom, dirt? What's the association there? Yeah. So I see Melissa Mayer saying leaves because the broom sweeps up the dirt while the rake sweeps up the leaves. Yeah. Good. All right. So let's look at the next question. All right. Look at web, spider, nest. What comes next? Web, spider, nest. What comes after that? What's the relationship between a web and a spider? So that's how you're going to figure out nest and whatever. So guys, if you are struggling to understand these kinds of questions, let me just go over what you're doing, what it is that we're looking for. If you ever see these kind of critical thinking questions in your exam, right? Don't panic, don't stress. You see web and you see spider. All you need to start thinking is, hey, what is the relationship between web and spider? That's all you need to do. What is the relationship between a web and a spider? And once you can figure it out, you're going to get the question right, because once you figure out the relationship up here, then it holds, the same relationship is going to hold for the missing word. Let me repeat that, guys. If you ever get a question like this in the exam, all you need to do is to figure out what's the relationship between these two words, web and spider, right? And once you figure out the relationship, right, then you will get this correct because it's the same relationship that's going to be down here. Okay. All right, so let's look at LaDonna. LaDonna says the relationship between web and spider is that spider lives on web, and bird would be the answer to this relationship because bird live in nest. Okay, so you're saying it is bird. Okay. All right. Let's see what everybody else is saying. Regma, nest is the bird as they live there, and a spider is the web as they live there or they make it. Yeah. All right, I tend to agree with that. Let's just move on to the next question. All right. Like my mind is saying that we've done this question already. Apple, core, horn. What's the relation? Ah, this is a little hard one. So I'm going to give you a couple seconds to try and work this one out. Limitless fate is saying bird because spider lives in web and bird lives in nest. Okay. All right. So apple core, corn what? What's the answer for that? I want you to tell me the association first. What's the association between apple and core? Yes, guys, I see you putting carbon seed and all of that. But I want you to tell me the relationship first, not the answer, the relationship. So what's the relationship between apple and core? What's the relationship between apple and core? Okay, so Myri is saying it is saying what's in the middle. All right. Corn cob, because the core is the middle of the apple and the cob is the middle of the corn. I like that answer, Renee Richards. Yeah. So the core is the middle of the apple and the cob is the middle of the corn. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Next question. All right. Here's a nice question. Spring, summer, fall. What goes there? Spring, summer, fall. Then what? Spring, summer, fall, then what? What after, what is it? What's the relationship? Spring, summer, fall, what? Spring, summer, fall. What is the relationship? All right, Lisa Bell. Core is to the middle. So the answer cob. Please put me up and you get a like from me and I share your video. All right, Lisa, you bribe me, you win. See, I'll put you up there. Okay, so core is to the middle. So the answer cob. Please put me up and you get a like from me and I share your video. Guys, as Lisa mentions that, please like our lesson today. We have uh, over nearly 70 students online and we're seeing only 27 likes. Guys, I want to see 67 likes because we have 67 of you on. And please share because I know you know persons who are doing their PEP exam. Yes, this is an impromptu class, but just share the video so that persons can know that we're on and they can benefit from this ability test session. Okay. All right, so let's move now to spring, summer, fall. What is the association? That's the first thing you're going to ask yourself. You're in the exam and you see this question. What is the association between spring and summer? That's the first thing you're going to do. And once, guys, you see how simple this thing is? Once you get the association between spring and summer, then you'll get the question correct because then you'll make the correct association between the missing word. All right, so let me see what you are saying. All right, Rachel Diaz or Diaz, you said winter, but Rachel, man, I want you to give me the relationship. Give me a reason. All right, so some people start giving me reason here. Let me see. Christine Mackenzie says fall, winter, spring. Spring comes before summer and fall comes before winter. Correct. Hey guys, let me see how smart you are. What's another name for fall? What's another name for fall? I think there's another name for fall. What's that name? It's another name for fall. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody answering. Yeah, autumn. Very good. Very good, guys. So let me put it up, just in case people think that my student's not the brightest in the world. You watch it. Kaveen. Shantae, lover girl. Spell that wrong still, but I understand what you're saying. Renice. Lisa Williams. Lydia Wilson. Yeah, man. Guys, I'm spelling autumn wrong. Please put up the correct spelling for autumn for me, guys. All right, so yeah, some are good spellers here. Spelling autumn correctly. All right. So Lydia, you want to fix that? All right, guys. So now it's Satania. let's stop a little bit with you. A season is a period of year. Okay. No, it's not season, Tanya, because guess what? It tells you spring and then summer. So it's not talking about a season of year, right? It's saying that spring comes before summer. That's the relationship. All of these, so you're dealing with all seasons of year, but the relationship is that spring comes before summer. So that means the relationship down here, fall, is going to come before the other word, before what is missing. So fall comes before winter. Okay. All right, let's move right along. Let's move right along. All right, I am going to jump into something else. So we're on the Learning Hub, guys. By now, you all should have Learning Hub subscriptions. Guys, last year alone, we had, I think it was, I don't want to lie, but we had a number of Learning Hub subscribers earning national scholarships. And it's not about, let me just talk to you a little bit, guys. Guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about getting your Learning Hub subscription. In 2005, I introduced the whole concept of online test prep to the Caribbean, right? With a website called gogsat.com. And my company has been doing this for 16 years. We were the first company in the Caribbean to do online test prep. We have mastered the art of helping students to prep for their exams online. Now, guys, every single year we have students who have earned national scholarships, students who get into the school of their first choice. I mean, it's just a fact. Top boy in GSAT, top girl, that kind of a thing. I don't remember the number of subscribers who won scholarships last year, but from the first year of PEP, we've been having students are winning national scholarships. Now, guys, how we do this? We have learning material on the site. So the learning material basically teaches you the concept. Whatever concept you're supposed to know, when you come on the site, you just go through the learning material. There might be videos, might be animations, there might be notes, whatever. Ebooks, a lot of ebooks. Then we have topic by topic quizzes. So I love topic by topic quizzes, guys, because you get to focus on your weak areas. So if you were in a class and teacher was supposed to do a gap analysis on you and see that you're weak in nouns or you're weak in verbs or anything like that, you can actually come to the Learning Hub and you can just take a quiz on that particular topic, or you can just read the notes first or read your books first and then quiz yourself, and the computer would actually grade you. Now, one of the things that we do that I really love is the fact that we allow you to write short answers on the system. So we have short answer type questions where you get to type in your answers, and we have a real teacher who will mark it and give you proper feedback. So we don't just do multiple choice questions. You can come on the site and we might ask you a question that is going to provoke higher order thinking skills. So your reasoning, your synthesis, your analysis, all of those things, not just fact recall. And as you know, guys, the PEP is not just fact recall. You have all of those higher order thinking skills that you have to nurture. All right. So, guys, the Learning Hub subscriptions start at only $1,500 for 3 months, guys. Come on. That's 500 Jamaican dollars per month. You need to get a subscription. You can go online and you can pay, or you can pay at Paymaster. So you can pay at Paymaster for the Learning Hub. If you need information, guys, I'm going to put our WhatsApp number. You can always WhatsApp us. We'll get back to you. I must confess, sometimes we get so many WhatsApp messages that we take a little while, but we'll get back to you. Or you can call our office at 926-1221 and we'll give you the information. So you can register at Paymaster, you can pay at Paymaster, or you can pay online if you have a credit card. So you have no excuse, guys, $500 per month. I want to pull something because I want to pull a mock exam. Now, the difference between a quiz and a mock exam is that the quiz is no more narrow. Quiz will focus on just a particular concept. So you'll notice that a while ago we were just doing association, relationship, right? So that's what a quiz does. It will just focus on one particular thing. While a mock exam now will pull questions from all areas of the curriculum, or I mean the ability test is not a curriculum based test, so it's not pulling from all areas of the curriculum. But what it does is that it pulls from all areas that provoke critical thought. So you're going to notice that on our ability test, we might have some analogy, we might have some reasoning, we might have a comprehension, we might have some antonyms, we might have some synonyms, we might have some homonyms, that kind of a thing. We might have sentence completion. Different areas that provoke critical thought is going to make up our mock exams. And in a bit to simulate what the ministry does, we do 40 questions, 20 verbal and 20 quantitative reasoning. So let's go and look at a mock exam, and let's go through some of the questions. So let me put you back on the site. And guys, remember that on the Learning Hub, we have over here, look at your gamification section. Once you're on the site and you're using it, right here, you get points, guys. You get points for just logging on and using the site. And you can redeem your points for cool prizes. So you can get Learning Hub pens, you can get Learning Hub pencils, you can get digital top-up, you can get pizza vouchers, KFC vouchers, movie vouchers, Amazon gift card, you can get workbook vouchers. So guys, if you qualify, let me show you something now. If you are using the site and you qualify, you can even get some of my workbooks, some of these mock exam books. You can get these free, because once you're on the site and you have the requisite points, you can buy these and you don't have to use money. Just buy them with your points. Okay, so on the Learning Hub, you get a number, in addition to getting quizzes and mock exams and notes, we also do your motivation, so you can actually want to study. All right, so we take that into consideration. So yeah, you get all of that. And every week we choose 10 students from around the Caribbean, who are our top performers. So this week we have Deshaun Cheese, up by 1,423 points, and this starts over every Sunday. So Deshaun is really doing some work. So yeah, these are our top 10 on our leaderboard. All right, so let's grab our ability test mock exam. Okay, I'm going to grab mock exam number 1. All right, so I am not going to take the exam. I'm just going to pick a few questions and we're going to discuss them. All right. All right, let's look at question number 2. It says pretty is to ugly as big is to. What's the answer for that? Pretty is to ugly as big is to. What's the answer? Pretty is to ugly as big is to. What's the association, guys? Pretty is to ugly as big is to. All right, Michelle Thompson, I see you say you text me numerous times on WhatsApp and you do not get a response. All right, don't worry, Michelle. I'm going to look for your text and make sure that I respond to you personally after this live. So don't stress about it, Michelle. I'm going to respond to you personally. So you want us to send the information so you can pay at Paymaster. All right, I'm going to give you that information before we come off this live. All right, the office number, 926-1221, that's our office number. Let me just put it up. The office number. That's the office. Okay, so the office number is running at the bottom of the screen. All right, let's get back to the work. Pretty is to ugly as big is to. And guys, before I get back to this question, let me just remind you, about something. Every evening, every single evening at 5 o'clock, I have a free abilities test class on Zoom. Absolutely free. And I say free because I do charge $2,000 if you can afford to pay. If you can't afford to pay, just come to class. You don't have to, you don't need any special permission. So it's a class that it's a contribution class. If you have the money, you pay. If you don't have the money, you just come to class every Monday to Friday at 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, a free class. So guys, you have no reason why you can't do well in this upcoming exam. Mondays to Friday at 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, free ability test class. If you can contribute, you contribute. Doesn't matter. All right, guys, let's go back. I wanted to say that. So you just put that down on your calendar and you come to that class. All right. So pretty is to ugly as big is to what? What is the association between pretty and ugly? What's the association between pretty and ugly? Ah, Ladonna, you just answer for things. So remember, I tell you, and you just so pretty too. Ladonna, you're saying the relationship is antonyms. The opposite of pretty is ugly, and the opposite of big would be little. Very good. Yeah. So guys, look at this now, guys. Look at this. You see how you see oh we're trying to trick you. Look at this, guys. I want to spend some time and look at this. Pretty is to ugly. All right, so you realize that it's antonym. So guys, whatever the association is for this part, you're going to have to figure it. It's going to be the same association for the missing word. Okay, now it can't be giraffe because what is the opposite of giraffe? It's not giraffe. What's the opposite of a giraffe? I see so many persons saying giraffe. All right, guys, let me show you something now. Yes, a giraffe is a small person. So the opposite of a giraffe would be a giant. So it can't be big is to giraffe. No, guys. No, 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 no. Because think about the association, guys. We're talking about antonyms, right? So if I had giant, then you could put giraffe. So giant, the opposite of giant would be a giraffe. But I have pretty. The opposite of pretty is ugly. The opposite of big is little. Okay? All right, let's pull another random question. Let's pull a random question. I like this one. Ah, I actually wrote this question. I like this question. Look at this question, guys. Here I am trying to trick you guys. Let me see if it works. Let me see if my question works. And I'll explain myself. All right, look at this one, guys. Look at this particular question. I wrote this question with a view that I'm going to catch some of you. Look at it, school. All right, the question says, select the word that is a necessary component of the word in bold. School, building, computer, children, students. All right, come guys, work with me now. What is a necessary component of school? Aha. Guys, I know I'm going to catch some of you. I know it. I know I'm going to catch some of you. See, I catch Kaveen there. Now, guys, let me stop here because I catch Kaveen and Kaveen is so smart. Look how many people I catch. Wow, Michelle Thompson, I catch you too, you know? Watch it. All right, guys, stop a little bit and let me show you how I catch you now. I'm gonna show you. All right, guys, you remember I keep saying, all right, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at the question properly. Question says, select the word that is a necessary component of the word in bold type. That's a question. So you're going to select the word that is a necessary component of school. And the options that we have, buildings, computer, children, students. Now, guys, I see a number of you put up children. And this is where you have to think when you're in this exam. That's what this exam is about, and it's a critical thinking exam. Now watch the rhythm, guys. Watch the rhythm. By now, you know that we don't even need a building for school anymore because a lot of us have been, we've been doing school online. So by now, I don't even have to convince you that it's not building. Building is not necessary. It's not computer, right? Because some of us using tablets, some of us using cell phones, whatever. It's not computer, so it's not necessary. And if we're in a physical space, then I mean, it's not a necessary thing. It's a nice thing. Yeah, building is that some schools depend on building. Some schools you have to have a computer, but I mean, it's not a necessary component. So when you say necessary, it means that without this thing, there can be no school. All right, guys, I want that to sink in. When it says necessary component, it means that without this component, you can't have the thing. All right? So like without oxygen, we can't have life. So some people would say, boy, without them Barbie doll, them can't have life, or without them house, them can't have life. No. If your Barbie doll, if somebody thief your Barbie doll tomorrow, you still are gonna live. If your house gone tomorrow, you still are gonna live, right? But if oxygen gone from the atmosphere, what we did? So it's the same way, guys. When you hear necessary component, guys, I want to think without this thing, then you can't have the thing in bold. All right. So I mean, necessary component means it's you have to have it. Okay, it's integral. It's now I use the word necessary again because I am the same one cussing when you use the same word, right? So it's integral. You must have it. A must have. All right, no. So it's not building, it's not computer. Guys, it cannot be children because you have some big students like me. When I go to school at 30 odd to do a PhD, I mean, I'm not a child, So there are no children in my class. There are adults in my class. So the answer is students. Students, that's the answer, guys. All right. So no, Michelle is not children, it's students. Students go to school. Okay. But not all children go to school because you have some schools where adults go to. Okay. So adults go to university. I never see a 10-year-old in university. You understand, guys? So you have to look at the question properly, guys, because this here, I place it there to catch some of you. All right. So it's students. All right, let's look at the next question. This one here. I wrote this question too. Look at it. Guys, I get so much pleasure out of writing these things. Look at this one, guys. Fire. What's the necessary component for fire? Tell me, guys. Tell me, what's the necessary component for fire? All right, so let's take Lily says, I'm signing up for this website. No. So I get for the 90 days, a bronze learning material and quizzes, silver learning material quizzes and mock exam, learning material quizzes, mock exam, and tutors. Which should I get? Get the one that you can afford. So if you can only afford the one for $10 for 3 months, get that one. If you can afford $15 for 3 months, get that. If you can afford $20 for 3 months, get that one. $20 one is the best one, of course, because you get teachers to grade your short answer questions. But I understand how it is now, so get what your parents can afford. All right, so let's get back to the work. Guys, I tell you, one of the toughest, one of the toughest set of students. Remember, I tell you, my students are going to do so well on PEP because everybody does shooting. Flames. All right, guys, I agree with flames, right? But tell me, why isn't it match? I want somebody to tell me, why isn't it match? Why? Don't you need a matches before you can get fire? All right, guys, the question I'm asking, why isn't it match? Why isn't it match? Give me the answer for that. Somebody asked me to put them up. Let me see if I can find them. Lisa Bell, flames. You need flames to make fire. Put me up, please. All right, Lisa, I'm put you up. Okay, guys, tell me why it's not match. Why isn't it match? Why isn't it a match? Guys, I see just now we had 100 students on and we only have 65 likes. Guys, if you like what I'm doing, coming on in my Sunday afternoon and tutoring, and we're having fun on the internet, send up some likes, no man. 65 likes. Come on, guys. Spam the like. Let's bring it up to 94 students are on now. Put up the likes. And while you're putting up the likes, let's tell me, why isn't it match? I want you to tell me why it's not matches. Ah, yeah, man. Rajiv, I like your answer, because Rajiv says because you can use a lighter. You see that, guys? I'm telling us, I'm telling us, my students embody now, because you can use a lighter, or you can even rub some sticks together or some stone or whatever, but you don't need match. That's not a necessary component. Let me see what Ladonna is saying. Flames, because it's part of the fire. You wouldn't really need a match to get a fire. There are other ways to get fire. You don't need gasoline, because you still need the match to light the gasoline. And most important, you don't need rubbish. What does that have to do with fire? All right, so Ladonna, let me tell you something now. Some people burn rubbish, right? So some persons are going to see rubbish and say, oh yeah, to make a fire, you have to have some rubbish to burn. Okay, so yeah, that's what it has to do with fire, Ladonna. Yeah. But I love your reasoning. You're spot on. So, and you don't need gasoline either, because let's say you're lighting some leaves. You don't need gasoline. Or you're lighting your stove, you just turn it on and you light it, you don't need gas, right? You could have a kerosene oil situation too, where you just pour some kerosene oil on the whatever you're burning and you light it, So it's not the fuel, it's not what you're burning, and it's not the match, it's the flames. That's the necessary component. All right, guys, we're up to over 100 students and I'm only seeing 83 likes. It says to me that I'm not teaching good and you don't like my thing, don't like my class. That's what that is telling me. So guys, let me see 100 likes so I know that you guys appreciate what's going on. All right, let's look at eating. Guys, I know I'm gonna catch you. I know without a doubt I'm gonna catch you. I am gonna catch you. Eating. I want you to tell me the word that is a necessary component of eating. Look at that one. I must catch you. Guys, we have over 100 students and I'm only still seeing 83 likes. Yes, 84 likes. Nice. I love that. Very good, guys. It's going up to 90. Yes, good. All right, guys. Mary, Lily, I catch you again. Guys, let me show you something in this exam. You have to stop and think. Oh, let me tell you something, guys. Let me just stop and talk to you a little bit. Guys, you can't rush. You cannot rush when you're doing your exam. Yes, you're going to pace yourself and you're going to make sure you finish on time. But guys, don't just choose the first thing that jump out at you. Think about it. Think about what it is that you're selecting. Look at what the question asks you. It says, what is the necessary component of the word in bold? And the word in bold is eating. Eating. And I see people putting teeth. Come on now, guys. My students know better than that. Teeth can't be teeth. And Fritz, it can't be teeth, man. What you do? Can't be teeth. Because you want to tell me, say a man like Gully Bop, him don't eat and him don't have any teeth. I mean, come on, guys. It can't be teeth. I don't know if Gully have any teeth. No, Gully, no disrespect. I'm just using an example. So, guys, it cannot be teeth because him still eat. People without teeth eat same way. So it can't be teeth, guys. Remember, when we say necessary component, what we're saying is that without that, you can't do the thing, right? So look at even a baby, that don't have them teeth yet, right? How them eat? Or what is it? So without the teeth, you're saying that them can't eat. An old person has lost their teeth. Are you saying that without teeth, they're not gonna eat? Guys, come on. It cannot be teeth. So think about it, guys. So don't just pick the first thing that you see there. Just think about it, guys. Don't just jump and say, all right, eating, whatever. Look at the options properly and talk to yourself. Not out loud now or like you're crazy, but just talk to yourself in the exam and say, all right, I am going to eat. If I don't have teeth, can I eat? And then you think, just do like what I just did a while ago and say, okay, think about it, a baby that don't get them teeth yet. Yeah, them can still eat. Or somebody who lost them teeth, them can still eat. So it can't be eaten. What about rice? If you don't have rice, can you still eat? Yeah, because some people don't even eat rice, and you can have many, many different meals without rice. What about a drink? Is it that if you don't have a drink, you can't eat? So the answer is food. And when we talk about food, we're talking about drinks, and we're talking about liquid and solids and all of that. So when we talk about food, food is necessary for eating. Okay? So food is the necessary component for question number 7. All right, let's look at a different type of question. I did this question too. Select the word that does not belong to the group. Select the word that does not belong to the. Ha! Let me see if you're going to think like the way I was thinking. All right. Which word doesn't belong? Question number 9. Flour, cinnamon, baking powder, chicken. What's the answer? Just say, Thompson, you're telling me to put your please and thanks, but I'm not saying an answer. LaDonna, you're saying easy, but I don't see an answer either. All right, you're saying chicken, guys, but you can't just tell me chicken in a people. You have to tell me why. All right. Well, flour is not a spice either. So Kavin is saying chicken is not a spice, it is a meat. All right, but you know what I was thinking here, guys? I don't see nobody saying that when I wrote that question. Chicken put me up. But you have to tell me why. Chicken because all the others are for baking. Exactly, Sharon. Guys, I just saw something posted that is very offensive. Parents, I'm gonna ask that you watch your children when they're posting stuff on our YouTube channel. I'll remove it, of course, but I find that very offensive when we're doing a class and students come here and put up some things that are just not appropriate. We don't appreciate that. All right. So, yeah, it was about baking, right? And flour, cinnamon, baking powder. Yeah, those are necessary ingredients for baking. So it was for me chicken that did not belong. All right. I have a story here extracted from Limitless. I don't know if you can see the story, but this is extracted from my personal book, Limitless. And I am going to read it and then ask you the question. So I'm going to read the story. It's not a long story, just an excerpt. And then I'm going to ask you the question. Let me look for my book. All right, guys, I'm gonna put it up. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. All right, let's see. Hold on. Okay, might not be able to see it, but okay. Let's see how you manage with that. Gonna go for my book. Give me a second, guys. All right, guys, I suspect that you'll not be able to read that. So here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to read the excerpt. So it's from this book, Limitless. This is my personal autobiography. And guys, parents, if you have children rather who do not like to read, just get them a copy of Limitless. Wow, it has some really cool stories talking about my life growing up in the inner city community of Grand Spain. And I have the comic to go with it. All right, so let me see if I can grab that story, and I'm just going to read the excerpt for you guys. And then we're going to answer the question. So it's 2 questions. on the story. All right, let me see if I can find that. There we go. There we go. So it says, my brothers would usually hide and pretend sick when it was church time. However, I was always ready and raring to go. Like almost all the children in my class, I went to school barefooted. However, I was allowed to wear my pretty white shoes with the bow on top to church. That alone was sweet motivation. We usually walk the 3 miles to church with our neighbor, Mass Joe. There were no street lights on the road, and Mama and Mass Joe would walk and talk to and from church. When the Holy Spirit moved them deeply, they would hum a tune or they would sing all the way. In those days, Jamaica was very peaceful. Nobody worried about getting held up, robbed, or anything of that nature. I guess the only thing we really worried about was the black heart man. Frankly, I cannot even remember one person who was killed by a black heart man. However, it remained our only worry. And that is an excerpt from my book, Limitless. So, guys, it's available at Brian's bookstore. You should grab a copy of Limitless. Really, really nice. Some nice Jamaican stories. All right, so let's get back to the lesson now. So I've read the story. Let's look at the questions that follow. Why was the author motivated to go to church? Why was the author motivated to go to church? Let me see if persons were listening. Why was the author motivated to go to church? All right, I'm going to read the excerpt again because I don't see nobody put up an answer. All right, listen carefully, guys. Listen carefully. So the question is, why was the author motivated to go to church? Let's go over the story. My brothers would usually hide and pretend sick when it was church time. However, I was always ready and raring to go. Like almost all the children in my class, I went to school barefooted. However, I was allowed to wear my pretty white shoes with the bow on top to church. That alone was sweet motivation. We usually walk the 3 miles to church with our neighbor, Mass Joe. There were no street lights on the road, and Mama and Mass Joe would walk and talk to and from church. When the Spirit moved them deeply, they would hum a tune or just sing all the way. In those days, Jamaica was very peaceful. Nobody worried about getting held up, robbed, or anything of that nature. I guess the only thing we really worried about was the black heart man. Frankly, I cannot even remember one person who was killed by a black heart man. However, it remained our only worry. So tell me now, guys. Guys, you see from the don't tell me the right answer, member. All right. So the question says, why was the author motivated to go to church? All right, yeah. Guys, me telling you some of the best students in the island. All right, everybody get that right. Oh, because guys, this person, Renice is asking me a great question. Renice is saying, Miss, wasn't Grandspen a bad community then? Guys, before I came to Grandspen, I lived in the country. So if you read my book, Limitless, you'd realize that what I'm talking about now is not in Grandspen at this point. I was about 4 years old and I was in the country, a place called Kima in Bamboo, St. Anne. So I was living in Bamboo, St. Anne, in a district called Kima. Don't even know how you spell that, but yeah, Kima was the district I grew up in before coming to Grandspen. So I talk about the transition too in this book. I talk about what a shock it was to come to Kingston and see all these tenements yard with zinc fence and everything, but that's for another time. All right, so let's get back to the story, to the question. It says, Lisa is saying, so the author was motivated to go to church because she got to wear her white shoes. Yes, the one with the bow. So Renice Ferguson said, Miss, but wasn't Graspen a bad community back then? Yeah, but we never reached Graspen yet, Renice. We were still in the country. Let me see this one. The author was allowed to wear her pretty shoe with the bow to church. Yes, Tracy. Remember me telling her, yes, guys, right? Because she was allowed to wear her pretty white shoes. Yes. She was allowed to wear her pretty white shoes. Yep. Number right. Everybody got that. Very good, guys. All right, let's see if we can tackle a quantitative reasoning question. All right, I'm giving us something that is not so easy. What is 3/4 of 60? What is 3/4 of 60? See who's gonna get that right. 3/4 of 60. What is 3/4 of 60, guys? 45, Miss. Yup. Lisa, can be 180. All right, I'm going to tell you guys, I'll show you guys a little trick to answer a question like this now, guys. So you want to find out what is 3/4 of 60. Now, Lisa, look at 60. You're finding a percentage of 60. So the answer cannot be more than the number. Right? So if you're finding, because think about this, guys. Think about this, Lisa. Suppose you have 10 apples. And I ask you, what is 3/4 of the apples that you have? The answer cannot be more than 10 because 10 is what you have. So if I'm trying to find a portion of 10, then the answer cannot be more than what it is that you have. Okay? So 3/4 of 10 can be 15, can be 20, can be 25. Because at 10 is what you have. So it can't be more. All right. So the answer could not be 180, could not be 65. Well, it has to be 45 or 30. So it's between 45 and 30. All right. So even if it is that you're struggling with math, and I'm hoping that at this stage you guys can work out 3/4 of 60. Right now, even if you're struggling, guys, you know that it can't be more. So it can't be 180, it can't be 65, it must be 45 or 30. All right. Now, so 3/4 of 60, the answer is 45. All right. In our math class, one of these days, I'm going to actually work that out on a whiteboard. Okay. So for now, we're going to move on. All right. Let's look at this one. Okay. Find the missing value. What's the missing value? Question number 18. What is the missing value? What is the missing value? What's the missing value, guys? What is the missing value? Question number 18. What is the missing value? So we have 13, then we have 26, then we have 39, then we have question sign, then we have 65, then we have 78. What is the missing value? All right, guys, let me tell you this now. Let me tell you this, guys. I've been a teacher since about 1994. Yeah, about 1994. Long time I teach. Guys, let me show you something. If you're in the exam and you can't figure this out, students, before we even get to the exam, what I want you to appreciate is, my students, I want you to figure out what it is that we're asking you. Because sometimes I know some of you might see a question like this and wonder, what Dr. Ashman really asked me, say, oh Jesus, what is it that you're trying to find out? Let me explain what I'm trying to ascertain, what I'm trying to get at. So let me just pull up this question bigger. I'm going to show you students what it is that I try to get on to figure out. All right, guys. When you see a question like this that says, find the missing value. or which number comes next. You know, it phrase something like that. What the question is really asking you is to look for a pattern, right? Look for a pattern. And once you find the pattern, you will find what is missing. And the pattern has to hold for everything. Okay? So the pattern has to hold for down here, so it has to hold for up here, so. Okay? So now, so that's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to look at what is presented before you and try to find a pattern. So that's what I want you to do. What pattern is this? So before you tell me the answer, guys, tell me, I don't want me to read no answer. Tell me the pattern. Tell me the pattern. All right? A parent just WhatsApp me to say their child wants to participate. But I don't know who's your child. What's the pattern, guys? What's the pattern? Somebody are telling me now. They're adding by 13. That's the pattern, guys. Because look at this, guys. You start off with 13. And when you add another 13 to 13, you get 26. So 13 plus 13 is 26. Now, when you add 13 to 26, you get 39. All right. Now, when you add 13 to 39, you get 52. Now, add 13 to 52 for me, guys, and tell me what you get. So you have 52 plus 13, you get 65. And if you add 13 to 65, you're going to get 78. So we're adding by 13 each time. Guys, I hope when you get in the exam, you look for that. No, but I guess, guys, because having come to my class, I want you guys to just focus. What are they asking me? What is the pattern? So when you say find the missing value, look for the pattern, my generals. Okay? 13 plus 13, 26. 26 plus 13, 39. 39 plus 13, 52. 52 plus 13, 65. 65 plus 13, 78. And it has to hold true for everything. All right, let's look at another question. Guys, I see over 100 persons on, and I only see 99 likes. I would love for you guys to take me over the 100. All right, let's see another one here. This is easy. Find the missing value. Find the missing value. Question number 19, find the missing value. What is the answer for question number 19? Find the missing value. Question number 19. Yes, guys, I see 100. I see 101 likes. That's awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All right, guys, find the missing value. Find the missing value, guys. Let me see if my geniuses, if you know that. All right. So Verona says 15 because it increases by 3. Let's see if that is right. 3 plus 3, 6, plus 3, 9, plus 3, 12, plus 3, 15, plus 3, 18. Guys, I can't believe I'm here for 1 solid hour. Oh my God, doesn't even feel so long. I'm going to stop now, guys. Guys, I'm going to just shut off now. We're here for what is supposed to be, I say, like a 30 minutes class. We just go on and we forget the time. All right, guys, let me just remind you. Let me remind you, this is my latest work. It's a series of mock exam booklets, and each mock exam booklet is $750. Guys, what I'm doing here is simulating the actual exam, so you have the same number of questions like the real exam, and you also have similar question types. So you have your 20 verbal reasoning questions and your 20 quantitative reasoning questions. I provide video-based explanations on Learning Hub for the questions in this workbook. And also, every single person who buys this workbook, I give you a coupon at the back of the book. The coupon is worth $2,000. Let me tell you what this is for. When you purchase this workbook on a Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, I have a private class for only persons with this book. The class is held on Zoom. Now, once you have this book, you can join the class. You just send us your proof of purchase, and we will allow you in the class. And what I do is I focus on weak areas. So if I notice that we're giving you a particular type of question and you're getting that question wrong, then we spend some time going over that type. So if you're weak on analogies, if you're weak on antonyms, if you're weak on synonyms, if you're weak on homonyms, because those are different types of critical thinking strategies. So we help you to get ready for the PEP ability test with this series of mock exams. Now, if you want to order, all you need to do is just to send a WhatsApp message to 876-351. Let me put it up, 7777. That's 876-351-7777. That's the number that you send a message to if you want to purchase. You can also go on our website and purchase this. It's learninghubebooks.com. Let me put that up. It's learninghubebooks.com. You can go and you can purchase this book online, and we'll ship it to you via zip mail. So you'll get it 1 to 3 business days at the post office. Or if you're in the Manor Park area, you can come and pick it up from us. Okay? Now, you can't purchase this at the stores as yet, the bookstores as yet. You'll have to purchase it online. Let me put the website URL. It's www.learninghubebooks.com. You can go there and purchase the book, or you can send me a WhatsApp 1-876-351-7777. Send me a WhatsApp 1-876-351-7777, and I'll give you the other options. You can pay at the bank, and or you can go on learninghubebooks.com. So let me put this up. That's where you go to get the book. Okay. Yeah, this book is out already, Georgia Gordon. And it's also on Google Play Store. So you can download the app. And of course, the app is interactive. So you can go through the app and answer the questions. And the beauty of this particular program, guys, is not the book. The book is not the focus. What I want is when you get the books, because it's a series of mock exam booklets, I want you to join the class on a Saturday. The class is absolutely free for students with the book. Saturdays from 8 o'clock. I suspect that we're going to go until 10, but I say from 8 to 9:30. This coupon that you get for $2,000 at the back of the book will allow you to join that private group of students, and we go through areas that you're weak in a bid to prepare you for the ability test. All right, guys. So I see you tomorrow on Zoom at 5 o'clock for our ability test class, and that class is $2,000 if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, just come for free. We also have a social studies class at 4 o'clock. Now, guys, let me just be clear and upfront. The only thing you need to join my Zoom classes, you need to have my books. So if you have this book and this book, you can join the class because we work from the books, okay? So once you have this book, you can join the class tomorrow, or this book. We work from the book, so you need the books. It doesn't make sense you come to class without the books because we're working from the book. I'm going to do something for students too. I'm going to start using this comic book because I want to show students how you can read, enjoy reading, and learn some of the concepts that the ministry wants you to know. Concepts such as inferences, main ideas, and supporting details. I mean, all those little language arts concepts that are on your syllabus, we're going to use this to help you to solidify that. All right, guys, see you in my next video. Have a wonderful afternoon, and thanks, guys, on Facebook and YouTube for joining us today. Goodbye.